Recording progress. So hello guys, I'm your host Ruben Kanyoko. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm glad to be leading this session. So today we are going to be looking at a session called a session for Wi-Fi hacking. Not Wi-Fi. Sorry for that. A session for hashing. We are going to crack some hashes. We're going to look at various hashes here and there. So I'll start off. First of all, what is a hash? Hash is more of like the value that let me not give hash value is more of what you get after you run any data, password, file, you name it, through a hash function such as SHA-256. So the examples of hash, there's SHA-256, there's MD5, there's SHA-1. Mostly, how is it used? It's used to work on mostly check the integrity of values of files, not values, of files, through various ways. I don't know if you've ever gotten into a platform you have downloaded. Mostly, let's talk about either ISO images. I believe most of us have used Kali Linux virtual machines. So you're downloading the virtual ISO image. Downloading the ISO images, there are platforms that actually give you the hash value, so that when you download it and you check the hash value from your end, from your local host, if you get a different value from the one that they are showing you at the platform, you just know there's some corrupt thing that happened around the download or something. I'll try to prove to you what I'm talking about. Let's give an example. Let me open up my terminal. So first of all, can you guys hear me? First of all, I don't expect to be talking to myself. Can you guys hear me? Okay, thank you, Paul. I'll go back to my terminal. Not that. Hope you guys can see the terminal. So I'm going to prove to you if why hash value it's more of like identifies if the file is still has the same integrity that was there.
I can't see your screen.
Okay. Sorry. I didn't present my screen. Sorry for that. Thank you so much for whoever did that correction. Can you guys now see my screen? Any? Okay, thank you so much. So I've tried to magnify it as possible. So we are going to be looking at a value. Let me just session. When is the date today? 28th. So we are going to create a file at the moment. We are going to add we are going to put some details in it. Then we check the hash value of it. Then if we change the content of that file, we will notice the hash value will change. Let's look at it. So I'm going to create a file, sudo nano tests.txt. Now in the file, this, can you still, okay, if you have any correction you can just talk about it. I'm not limiting the people who are going to be talking. You just talk, I'll be happy to listen.
I think what you can do is stop sharing, then share again.
Oh, so you can't see my screen again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Saying.
Let me stop sharing. Then let me share again. Can you guys now see my screen?
Yes.
Someone to talk, please. Can you see my screen? I'm in a nano text editor.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So let me repeat whatever I've done. Let me not save that. So I've created a directory for every detail we're going to be using today. I've created a directory. In this directory, I'm going to prove to you why hashing is very important. hashing in the modern age, we understand there are things like man in the middle attack. We are getting so many hacks at the moment. Now you have to understand, how do you check the integrity of a file. I might have sent something to you at the moment, but how it got to you, it's way different from how I sent it. Its content is actually very different. There might be some interception at the networking part. Someone changed the content of the file. You get some other different file from there on the other side. Now we use hashes to identify if the file is still of integrity. I've created a directory at the moment, the session 28th. Then I'm going to create a specific file. This is what we are going to be using. Sudo nano tests.txt. Now in the nano text editor, I'm going to add some text to it. This will this is just some random text I've added into it. Don't worry, I'll prove to you how hashing works. So I've given it 3 statements. This will be what have I just texted here? This will be for testing purposes. Let me just do purposes. I'll be happy to help if you need me around. Always check up on your family. Doesn't need to make actual sense. I'll save the file. Let me hide this. I'll save the file. So when we ls, we can see the file is there, right? When you cut test.txt, you'll see the file exactly as I had saved it. Now I want us to do something. I'll do this terminal. I'll split this terminal left, right. Okay, something just didn't come up well. Sorry for that. I'll have to close this subterminal. Yeah, it's back to working well. I'll just open another tab. Sorry for that. I want us to make sure you see this how cut text.txt is. I want to do amendments to this file, but before we do amendments, we must find the hash value. Let's today do MD5. MD5 is a type of hashing. It's an example of hashing algorithm. There's MD5, there's SHA-256. I'll name the common ones. There's SHA-256. There are so many. So let's do MD5. So to get the MD5 hash value of a file, you'll do a simple command MD5 sum, then tests.txt. Notice this. I'll copy this. Let me copy this part and paste it on my mouse pad. Sorry, the mouse pad doesn't. I don't know if mouse pad allows one to. Oh, yeah, good. I've pasted the value, the MD5 hash value of it. Notice we do something. Let's do some edits on this. I'll actually just delete the last line. Sudo nano test.txt. Let's delete all this line and add I just worked on it. We save it, still the same file. Now check whatever I'll do here. I'll get the hash value of it at the moment. I really hope you guys can still see my screen. The MD5 sum tests.txt. Notice what has happened here. The MD5 hash value of it was actually 2f. Just you can see it. It was starting with 2f10d. Now see what is here. Just by changing the last line. Let me do another edit. Sudo nano. I'll delete that. MD5 sum test.txt. Notice, still different. Just by deleting the last line. Notice something. I'll also delete just 2 characters. Let me delete the last word. Control X. Notice it's very, very different. Every time I do some edit on the file, there's a complete different hash value of it. So I really believe by now you have understood why most platforms actually post their their hash value. They might post their MD5, some post their SHA-256. There are so many. There's MD4. Another place we need to understand why you need to know about hashing as a cybersecurity expert. Most people don't. It's highly recommendable. It's very, very safe if a developer, when they are developing their own system and the platforms and everything, you can't just store passwords in plain text. Plain text really is a vulnerability. Whenever the database is exposed, or the tables that contain the password, if it's exposed, then automatically there will be a lot of breaches according to respectively according to how many users were in that database. So you have to make sure you have to store passwords in a specific hashing algorithm. It's not very common. Like to get every company to store its password in a specific algorithm, in a specific hashing algorithm. Microsoft have their own way of storing have their own algorithm to store their passwords. Every platform can have their own way. So up to there, is there anyone with a question? I want to open the platform for anyone with questions, or anyone who hasn't understood anything till where we are. Anyone with a question? Okay, I think now we can proceed. That was just the introduction part of this hashing session we have. So we are going to tackle a lab in Tryhackme that's mostly on hashing, cracking the hashes. Let me disconnect this. So the lab, it's called crack the hash. Just a minute, loads up. Yeah, this one. And there's also another one released recently. You can check it out. But I really hope you guys have done this room I'm about to show you. But if you haven't done it, you'll actually go back and learn about it. I hope I've reset this process. Reset progress. So yeah, so I don't, yeah, good, perfect. I need to do something here. Sorry for that. Since I had already cracked the passwords for this, I'll have to clear. One thing good about the tools I'm going to show you today, once you crack a specific hash, whenever you come to need to crack it again, you won't have to wait for have some time to let it crack it. It's actually temporarily stored in your local host, in your local machine, but I'll have to clear it up. So I'll have to locate, not sudo, sorry for that, locate hashcat port file. This is the file that actually stores whatever we have. So I'll have to remove it because it has some stored passwords that I had cracked. It will be automatically be created, so don't worry. Let's now dig into this platform. So let me hide this. I really hope you guys can see my screen. Yeah, so crack the hashes. It's a cracking hash challenges. So leave alone this one, it's just a marketing strategy. So can you complete level 1 task by cracking the hashes? So by cracking the hashes, I want to tell you there are so many ways of cracking hashes. There's so many ways of for cracking hashes, and I'll guide you through this whole step, this whole lab, for this lab, for whoever might have done it, for whoever might have not done it. I really look forward to you. Really will actually hope you look into it. So there's a word list I've actually posted on my GitHub. Let me just specifically for this session, because you'll notice when you are cracking hashes, it's more of like brute forcing. It's like brute forcing. I don't know if you guys know about that step of brute forcing passwords. You have to wait for the tool. It's an automated tool. I'll introduce you to Hashcat. It's more of an introducing. It's more of the best tool for this. I know people will talk of John the Ripper and such, but John the Ripper, I will not talk about it on this session. Maybe on another session. I think we shall have a part 2 of this, because in the category of hashing, there's a whole lot more. Because I'll have some more scenarios and such kind of things. I'll have to demonstrate on that. So why I need you to do this, and I'll recommend you to get my repository. Let me just a little bit. Let me get my repository. Not that. Just a minute. Repository is just a minute. I'll paste this. On the charts. You can check out there's a word list. There's a specific word list for that. I've posted on the charts. Free to check it out, because it will actually save you some time when working on this lab. So I want you to download this final word list. It's a combined word list that I know that will actually save you time. I got some more content from the roq.txt file. For those who don't know, roq.txt is more of like the platform where, let me just save this first before session. Not create folder, sorry for that. I believe there's someone who wants to talk. You can just unmute your mic and talk. Yeah, or at least, yeah. Where we had this. So when you get to this GitHub, you just download this. It will actually save you time compared to when dealing with the normal roq.txt. Remember, roq.txt large. It's a very large word list. There are some values will take like almost an hour to crack, and I want to save you time. So today we're going to be looking at this lab. I want us to first identify the hashes. You must first of all try to identify the hash, and then the crack the hash to get the password, more like the password. There are very many tools. As I've said, there are very many tools. There's the Hashcat, there's the John the Ripper. There's also an online tool, Crackstation. Let me just see if I can get it here. Crackstation. It's more of like a web-based Hashcat, but called the Crackstation. You can paste them here. Let's first of all now deal with this first one. But don't heavily depend on the online ones, because sometimes they'll fail you. And understand me when I tell you, sometimes they will fail you. Most probably you'll have to use the other ones. So I'll try to help you with this. Yeah, so see this. The hash value is this. It has identified the type MD5. Let me zoom in a little bit. I pasted the hash. See this. I pasted the hash here. I pasted it here. Then you must confirm you're not a robot, then crack the hashes. So when you crack the hashes, the hash value, it actually looked into its database or its word list, tried to crack it, then got the type is MD5, then the result is easy. Now, as a cybersecurity guy, yeah, this is more of a short way of doing it. I'm the easy way of doing it. But I want us to learn about hashcut today. Make sure we learn about the hashcut because it's very very essential. I'll do away with this tab. So ls. So this is the word list. Every thing we are trying to crack, we must try to crack it with a word list. So normally, I've also had this in a normal scenario, real world scenario. You got some let me just call it a word document file. You People have actually forgotten the password. It was locked. Then you are told to try and get us through that thing, the password lock. So what will you do? You must first get the hash value. Getting the hash value, you will use tools like zip2john. Zip2john is cracking for zip files. There are so many zip2. There are so many John. There are the special tool for John the Ripper, originating from John the Ripper. There are special tools from John the Ripper where you'll get to crack different type of documents. The Excel documents, the Word documents, the zip files. The zip files that are locked. When you extract them, you can't extract them due to their password. You get the hash value. You use a special tool from John the Ripper and try to crack it across a word list. So normally, in normal scenario, 100%, okay, not 100%, 90% of the chances will be using John the Ripper. Not John the Ripper. The word list you'll be using is roq.txt. Roq.txt will be more recommendable because it has most of the passwords. You can actually check out if your name, high chances, 90% chances your name will be in the John the Ripper.txt. So enough with the theory, enough with the talking. Let me deal with this. So this one, the process, I'll tell you. You must save it to it's not a must, but it's highly recommendable you save it into a file. The hash value, this hash value we're talking about. So I'll talk sudo nano, type sudo nano hash1.txt. I'll copy the hash, then just exit. The file should just contain the hash. We'll get into deeper parts when you'll be having things like the salt, the keys, everything, but for now we are using this. So once you get this, there's something called modes in hashcut. The tool is called hashcut. You can check it out. Let me open another tab. You can check it out. Just type hashcut help. Just a minute. Hashcut. You can actually go through the whole document. That's the good thing about using the terminal. You get such kind of things. Now there's something called a mode. A mode is more of like every hashing algorithm has a specific mode. In every mode, you'll tell hashcut to try and crack it. You'll try to crack that password or that hash, getting to try and get the value. So you must use a mode. How do you know the modes? First of all, you need to identify the hash type. Remember this one? You had to it's now hard to show you the type first, then it give you the result. So another tool you'll be using for determining the type of hashing, because in just plain sight, if I tell you to identify in just plain sight which type of hash is this, normally I also can't know. I also don't know, like literally. So there are special tools for that. So you head over to your terminal. Let me clear that. Heading over to the terminal, there's something called hash identifier. Identifier, just that. If you don't have the tool, just hash identifier. It will give you an option of installing the tool and such kind of things. This is one tool I really recommend you guys having in your terminal. So you're given this part. In this part, it's now where you paste your hash value. If I paste this hash value, the hash identifier will tell me the most possible hash type. So you see, it has given me MD5. This is most probably the hash value. If you guys remember, there was a tool even my colleague talked about when he was talking about cryptography, decoder identifier. It will not tell you the exact tool, the exact type of cryptography method, the type of cryptography used, but it will tell you the most possible ones. It will give you a list. So the same case here. It's not. This is not a web based. It's actually CLI. So the possible hash, it's MD5. So with this MD5, you now go get the mode. There are times you'll try to get the hash value of the hash type, and certain tools will tell you don't have. The good thing now is you have AI. The use of AI, we can give AI certain hashes, and it will tell us the type of hashing algorithm used. So for now, we have gotten the type of hashing algorithm. It's an MD5. So how do you know the specific mode of using MD5? I've given a file in still the same directory. In this directory, you'll notice there's the hash modes. So there is the specific mode. Without using this mode, you can't use hashcut. Also, John the Ripper will have the special syntax, how you follow along with it. So in this scenario, you've been given a hash mode, then the hash name. So you see MD5. So whenever we're going to do with MD5, we have to use the 0. The mode will be 0. Let me demonstrate to you how we are going to crack that using hashcut. I'll clear that. Remember, we have the file the hash we are trying to crack is in here. So you can just confirm hash1.txt. You can confirm it was there. So how do you use it? Hashcut -m, like -m for the mode. Now this is the syntax for hashcut. The mode, then we'll use 0. Remember, this 0 we got from this table. This table is what is giving us the hash mode, the 0. So hashcut -m0. Then there's something called the way hashcut will use this. So there are different ways. Remember, I told you there are, like in John the Ripper will have certain special tools like for cracking zip files and such kind of things. Now from this, since we are having the direct mode, the mode is MD5. Now we're having the direct pointer, which will be a word list. There are times you not have a word list and you lose certain pointers. So in this pointer you have the -a, then 0. For this cracking, the hashes will be using the 0 part, don't worry, but the mode will be changing. So after this, you now tell which hash it's going to be cracking. So we are going to be cracking hash1.txt. Then we have the word list. The word list, we have it in our directory. So no need of using the long directory word listing. So just word list.txt. Then with that, you're okay. You give it time. It all depends with how heavy your machine is. Remember how heavy your machine is. That's why I've given you that special word list for this lab. There are times you'll be trying to be cracking some hashes, and it will take long. And the longer it takes, it always depends with how fast your machine is, and how long the word list is. Remember, this word list, I've shortened it for a bit so that it doesn't take up most of our time in the session. If you use the normal rocky.txt, it might actually take some time. So the main thing we should look at is this status. It has told us it has cracked. Whenever you use a word list and trying to crack it, remember, it's not 100% sure we'll get the password. Let me just name the password. Let me just talk of the password. It's not 100% sure we'll get passwords. Maybe that password you're looking for is not in the word list. So if you see the word exhausted here, just know hashcut has looked through, has tried through every password in your word list, and none corresponds to that hash value. Remember that. So whenever you see exhausted, just know that word list, it's either you change the word list or move to the next hash. So with this you get the easy. So remember, if it has told you cracked, now you'll check this here, this easy. Hope you guys are seeing my screen. This easy is what we are talking about. This is the specific password we have. So you just copy that. Remember, it's still the same thing we got from this result. Come paste it here, and yeah, we've got that correct. Now we move to the next one. Till there, is there anyone with a question? I don't want to leave anyone behind. I really don't want to leave anyone behind. Is there anyone with a question? Okay, if you have a question, just shoot your shot here. You can just talk, no problem. So we'll move to the next one. We'll try to identify this hash. Remember, the first step is identify it first. Remember hash ID, hashcat. Remember, there's also a tool called hash ID, but I really prefer using hashcat, a hash identifier. I've pasted my hash value. It has given me SHA-1. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I'll just call it SHA-1. Yeah. So with SHA-1, you now go back to the table. You try to look for SHA-1. SHA-1 is actually in the mode of 100. Remember also, you have been given that column, for example. If you check it out, this actually most probably corresponds. Let me clear this and paste what we have here. It high chances corresponds with what we have. When you look at the number of characters it has, it's just the specific characters that are in the same. The number of characters it has, if this one maybe has like how many, like 20 characters, this one will certainly have 20 characters. The same hashing algorithms actually have special characteristics, the same characteristics actually. Sorry for that. So after you identify the SHA-1, so I'll head back here. I'll clear that terminal, then sudo nano hash2.txt, paste my hash value, save that file just for confirmation. Yeah, it was there. So what do you do here? Once you get the mode, remember we already have the mode, we are going to be using the mode 100. So in our hashcat -m, the mode, we are told SHA-1 is 100. So 100 0, then hash2 dot, then the word list. Yeah, so it has cracked it, and the password is password 123. We come, we paste it there. Good one. Now we try to find this. Oh, what have I done? Sorry. It's just a matter of sticking to how the terminal works. So we go back to our hash identifier, paste it there. It has told us SHA-256. So what do? Repeat the same process. Go back to your mode, and remember, I'll actually have to tell you this. There's also this table. There's also a specific table. Let me. I usually have it in my terminal, in my desktop, but just a minute. Hashcat, yeah. I actually have it. I have a specific URL that when you visit, you'll get that table in depth. This is more of like a simplified one. Let me post it on the chats. Can you when you visit that URL, let me visit it again. When you visit that URL, you'll notice there will be a table there. There will be a table there from hashcat advanced password recovery. This table will still help you. So if you don't actually have access to my GitHub account, it's it's public actually, but if you get access, you can check them out there. That specific hashcat.net website. So I was telling you about this. So if you get the SHA-256, once you identify the SHA-256, you go back to the table, you try to look for SHA-256. Yeah, and we have it. SHA-256 is here. So all this, remember, all these are mode hashing nini, so we get the mode 1400. Go back to our terminal, the other tab. It's the other tab. I'll clear the sudo nano hash3.txt. No, sorry for that. Paste this again. Okay, something caught my eye. I hope my microphone is talking well. Yeah. So I copied this. Went here. So perfect. So what do? Hashcut. What was the mode we got? 1400. So hash. Wait, was the hash? Sorry for that. I'm actually. Was it hash 3 or 4? Sorry. Hash 3, yeah. Hash3.txt. Then word list. We give it time. So the good thing, I've gotten that cracked part. So the password is late main. This is the password you actually need. If you go back to this, it's actually correct. Yeah, nice one. So we head over to the question 4. Now this is now a different one. I want you guys to understand why I want you to know about this. Why is it different? So for this, remember I told you some tools will not get this. Check this out. If I post it in my hash identifier, it will give me not found. Let's try another one. I told you about another tool called hash ID. Still unknown hash. You see that? Unknown hash. So what do you do now? Now here I'll highly recommend introduce things called AI, like the platforms like AI. It will really come in handy because normally in the, let me talk of the previous times, in the previous generations, let me just call of previous generation, you had to come with this. If you have this hash, let's clear that. If you have this hash, normally you'll come like this and compare against every example and see which one mostly suits it. Remember, your hash identifier has not worked, your hash ID has not worked. So since we have examples here, you can now come, you see the $sign 2y, the $sign, then $12. The other one will actually have more of like this. So if I look at this one will, but this one doesn't have an alphabet here, so I'll highly disqualify it. Go looking into every part of it, every example. This one has more characters between the $sign. You'll be like, okay, no, I'll disqualify it. Remember, this will look cumbersome. This will be cumbersome. Remember, you have all these examples. Let's see the last one. 99,999. Remember, we can't go through all that. Remember. So I'll introduce Gemini. Let me just use Gemini for today. Remember, you can use either platform you like using. Go away with that. remember, you must utilize AI. We are living in the modern age. So just look at it. The string you provided, the string I pasted, indicates a password hash generated using bcrypt algorithm. You see that? Now you go back. With that bcrypt algorithm, it's actually easier. If to this page, I can just find b. Let's see what. Yeah, bcrypt. BC crypt, yeah. And we have this bcrypt algorithm. So I'll do away with that. I don't understand why this was actually cut across my nini, but yes, check this out. $2A, remember our hash, $2Y. So it's more probably the same algorithm. Let me refresh this page because I don't understand why it has cut. Yeah, nice. So remember, what's not happening here? Good. Back to system. So bcrypt. If I look around bcrypt, this one. So the mode is 3200. With this mode, it's actually helps us narrow down to getting the password. Remember, if we didn't have the mode, it would be so hard for us. So we have utilized the AI. So let me recap a little bit. We have utilized the AI to tell us the hashing algorithm used. For the hashing algorithm, we have used hashing algorithm to. The hashing algorithm used was bcrypt. So the mode is 3200. So what do? Go back here. Let's so we create now the I know there are people who will be using echo, but yeah, it's all a matter of how you handle it. I remember there's a teacher once told me there are many ways of killing a rat. If it actually makes you have some problem, just sit on it. But the main purpose, have it dead. So let's save it. So let's have it here. So let's just cut to confirm we have it. Now this is the hashing we are going to be using. So what do you do here? Hash cut 1400. Was it 1400 or 3200? 3200, yeah. 3200. 3200.
We can't see a screen.
Okay. Sorry for that. Was it the magnification or right now? Can you see anything?
No.
Okay, sorry for that. Let me stop sharing, then share again. Sorry. What about now? Can you see my terminal?
Yes.
Yeah. So what I just did, I really hope you so I created that hash4.txt. Confirmed it is like this. So okay, let me confirm. Did you see how I got to know if it's a bcrypt or not a bcrypt? Anyone to answer that? Okay, let me.
No, we didn't see that.
Did you see that?
No.
Okay, so what I did, I utilized the AI to tell me the type of hashing algorithm is used here. So it told me it's bcrypt. Remember, just a simple prompt. Please identify the type of hashing algorithm used above. Just like that, it gave me it's the bcrypt algorithm. Went back to my table, checked the bcrypt, got its mode that 200. Then the same procedure that I have used before. I created a .txt file, saved the hash in it. Saving the hash, now I want to use hash cut for it. Now this is what let me clear that again. So hash cut 3200, the 0, then hash, let me confirm, is it hash 4, hash 5? I'm getting lost at that part. Hash 4.
Sorry, I think we've lost you again.
Even now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry for that. Truly sorry for that. Okay, I can see you're still locked to my... Whenever you see I'm stuck at a place, just notify me. Sorry, I don't understand why I'm having that problem. Whenever you see if I'm stuck somewhere, just tell me. I must be doing something at the moment. So hashcat -m 3200, then hash 4.txt, hash 4.txt, then the word list, the special word list I created for you guys. We leave it to crack. Right now it's actually cracking just a bit. Hope it gets that password. Yeah, just a bit, we see. It's actually running. You can check now, it's actually running. You are at the point. Yeah, finally it has cracked. I was hitting enter so that I can see the process. It was at 0.257 out of 708. Remember, my one list literally has 708 words or 708 passwords. So that's why I was checking the process where we are. So it got a password at 0.320. The word at 320 out of 708. So finally we've got the cracked message. So the password is ble. Control Shift C, go back to Tryhackme, paste it there. So we hope you're good till where we are. Now we work on this, the next one. We go back to normal procedure. You must check Control L, hash identifier, run it, paste the hash value you have. You see it's an MD5, this part. Yeah, so we can check it out just by what we have at the moment. Check it out. So MD5, remember we have it at 0, mode 0. So I can try it out. Control C, Control L, ls, so sudo nano hash5.txt, paste my hash value. Sorry for that. Hash 5. Yeah, so we have it. Let's try to crack it. So hash cut we talked of the mode to be 0. Notice this, it has exhausted, so it has not been able to identify the hash. Remember that, we have checked it out. So what do you do next in this situation? What do you do next? We go back to, we can try the crack station, see if it will work. Yeah, so this is the most important deal. Remember what I did here? I used hash identifier. It gave me the first one as MD5, right? So you must actually have very many tools at your disposal so that if one tool fails you, the other one helps you out. Remember, not everything is sure bet. So I checked out, I tried using MD5. See, I used MD5 part. Let me remove that. Yeah, so I tried to use MD5 and I got the status exhausted. So it's either I used a wrong mode, as I told you, it's either I used a wrong mode or my password is not, or the password is not in that word list. So checking out, I go back to the online tools like Crackstation. Using Crackstation, I got it. So if we try this using MD4, I really think we'll get it. So let's search for MD4. If you can get that hash, MD4 is 900, right? So let's use 900 in this. Just use the arrow up since you're still using the same hash. So 900. Leave it to run just for a while. You see, it actually cracked, and it gave us the same password as what we have on our Crackstation, Eternity 22. So notice sometimes you'll actually think of you might use a wrong the hash mode, but it's highly recommendable to use as many tools as possible. If you don't get the password using one tool, use the other tool. Remember that was just a slip of how things work in real life. So I'll paste that Eternity 22 in our Tryhackme lab. Eternity 22, then hit submit, and just like that we have it. So till there we are done with the level 1. We can move forward to level 2. So remember, no, as I had said, not every a recap of what I said earlier, not every hashing algorithm, sorry for that, is known. It's known. You'll get some which are not known. So you actually have to find a way of understanding them. You can use tools like AI to try to tell you. Sometimes even AI will tell you a wrong hash mode that was used. So it's always a matter of trying out the best. So that's the life of an ethical hacker. Let me just say ethical hacker, because ethical hacker is more of an integrity man of integrity of the ethical side. The normal black hats will never care. If they get away with everything, the better for them. But we are doing everything ethically here. So we'll move forward to level 2. So level 2, this task increases the difficulty. All of the answers will be in the classic RawQ password list. So you can download that password list, that rawq.txt password list. They're just saying this so that you can keep in mind, even if it takes a while, just know the password is there. But the main reason why, let me remind you, the main reason why I gave you that special word list is to save on time, especially when we are working on this. I don't want to leave you without the password or whatever we are working on. So let's move forward. You might have to start using hashcat here. Remember, here I think every hash here you could have cracked with Crackstation. Maybe you might, maybe not. But I really don't think this will have cracked. Let me just check it out. I'm not so sure if Crackstation will have worked for this. Remember, I'm just telling you Crackstation. I think there are many online tools that can be used. Yeah, you see, it wasn't able to identify it, nor this. That's why we use the AI. But there are special tools. Maybe you have an online tool that can help you work on it. Maybe I'll highly recommend if you maybe give a comment or something. So let's work on level 2 now. So you might start using, it might also be in handy to look at some pages as some example hashes on hashcat page. Yeah, I think this is where you can check out that what I had showed you earlier. Yeah, this one. I actually think this is the point where I saved that URL. Maybe not. But yeah, let's proceed. So let's first try to crack this hash. So normally just copy it, go back to hash identifier. So now where is our hash identifier? Let me clear this terminal. Start hash identifier here, paste that, run it. It has given me a SHA-256. Remember, I'm human, so I'll highly start with the most possible, and I can't just go start using this from the least possible. But yeah, sometime you might get it in the least possible part. So SHA-256, I come back here, get my SHA-256. No, now we have two tables. Let me close one. Get the SHA-256, this one. The hash mode is 1400. So I'll go back to my terminal. Ls sudo nano hash 6.txt. Paste that hash value there. Save that. So you can use hashcat now. Remember, we got the mode SHA-256 mode 1400, so 1400 0. Then use the hash you're using, hash 6.txt, then the word list. We leave it to work on it. Yeah, and good thing it is actually cracked. Now this is what every hacker looks forward to, getting this cracked message. It's perfect. It's more of like when you're talking about, or if you're hacking, if you get that that WP, the handshake, you've gotten the handshake, it's actually a breakthrough. So for now we have this is actually the password. So let's copy it, paste it here, and hooray, we got it. We move to the next one. This, I don't know if my hint will work, but yeah, if high chances your hint will work. I think it's because I've reset the whole process, but yeah, I know why I'm telling you to check on the hints. So let's check on the hash ID. Check what it has given me. It has given me MD5, right? MD5, the mode is 0, right? I really believe the mode is 0. I'll try to crack it, then I'll tell you why I'm telling you this. Sudo nano hash 7.txt. Paste it there. Yeah, perfect. So we try to use hashcat. Hash 7. So at least let's see if it will work. No, I've done something terrible. Yeah, word list. So what it has done, it has exhausted. You go back to what you have. Domain cached credentials MD4. This. So you can actually check out on this. Let's see if you can get this mode. Remember, you have seen the MD5 doesn't actually just MD5, only one MD5. There are that pass, salt, everything. So we'll work on checking for MD, which is this, what we have seen here, MD4. Try to look for this type of format. Let's see if we'll get it. Is MD4 starting? We don't see MD4, such kind of things. Just a little bit. You can see that MD4, right? Oh, I've seen something else. See this Cisco that. It's more of how Cisco stores their password. Just something random I've seen right now. Also Samsung, Android, such kind of things. That's why I'm telling you this table is actually very, very, very important. I'm looking for the MD4 part. Let me see. There's this MD4. Is there any other MD4? There are 12, so oh, two. Sorry, there are only two. MD4. There are only two matches, so it doesn't work that. So I'll go back to this and check any one of the others that might actually work. Doesn't show any. Let me try to use hash ID. There's one I'm looking for. It's called HMark. If you actually is there anyone on their platform? My hint is not working. If you check on your platform, hint will talk of either HMark or something. Let me just confirm. There's some HMark thing. Hello, Paul. Is Paul here?
Yes.
Are you in your platform? Like, can you access your platform at the moment?
No.
Okay. Is there anyone who is accessing their platform at the moment? Their what? Their Tryhackme platform. Anyone else from the crowd, like from the people who are in the meeting? Okay, so now I'll have to check this. As I had said, hash algorithm. Most probably it will give me the MD5, but let's see the one it will give me. Still MD5, but yeah, it's not the MD5 I'm looking for. It's called HMark something, or you can try using CrackStation. Yeah.
There's that script. Let me share the GitHub link. I have this script on my GitHub page which you can run that and you can also try and guess.
Okay, guys, I've actually just cracked it using CrackStation. Yeah, it's called using several tools. So it's NTLM. Let me see. I actually thought it was HMark. Yeah, it's this NTLM. Remember, it was still detected. Let's see if my nini. Oh yeah, it was here. But Paul, I think at the end of the meeting you can share the script so that you can actually help us. It might actually help a lot of people, maybe. Hope you'll be willing. You can just paste the link in the in-call messages. We'll look it out. So luckily we have. Can you guys? Okay, I think you guys cannot see my screen at the moment. Let me stop sharing and share again. So it's a breakthrough. CrackStation gave us the password, so you don't have to worry so much. If we paste it here, we check it out. It actually worked. Perfect. So this one, we have the next one. It's a hash, then you're given a salt. Right? It's a hash, then you're given a salt. This hash, if you check it, it has more of a syntax, more of like the one we had in level 1. Which was it? Okay, I think someone wants to talk. Oh, Sanova, yeah, thank you. It has a format like this. You see this first part. There's always something. This one always tells us something. You see, Bcrypt has this, so we can check out for this. I really think yes.
I don't think you can see your screen. We go up or infinite screen.
Okay, no problem. Sorry for that. But thank you so much for. I don't understand why my Google Meet is behaving that way. soon we'll be having sessions live on YouTube, so don't worry. I think it will be perfect. Can you now see my selected hash? Now perfect. So if you paste this, let's see. If you paste this on hash identifier, sorry for that. It will not find it, right? So you check hash ID. I want you to notice something. When using hash identifier, you just type hash identifier, run it, then it will give you a space for you running, you pasting the hash. But if I run hash ID just like that, it will have some problem. You must always understand the syntax. Notice something. It won't actually give me the thing. See how much it's loading. I don't understand why it's even, but it shall actually give me an error. Analyzing, there's nothing. Unknown hash, you can see still analyzing, but there's no end result. But if I do hash ID, then paste the real hash, right away it will tell me unknown hash. Always make sure you understand the syntax used by the specific tool. So you've noticed hash identifier has not identified our hashing algorithm. Hash ID still hasn't. I'll go back to it's always the first choice hash identifier, second choice hash ID, that choice I'll use AI. Paste this here. Can you tell and notice something I'm doing here. I'm just asking for the hashing algorithm. Remember, there'll come a time. Okay, this one is telling SHA-512 crypt. Okay, that's nice. So there'll come a time maybe you're not actually finding the exact mode that's supposed to be used. People, those who like using shortcut, you can actually use hashcut. You can actually use AI to give you just the full command you'll run in on your terminal. Those who like using the short whiz, it's no problem. Check my internet connection. Can you guys hear me? Some hands up if you can hear me, or some reaction. Gemini is giving me a notification. Okay, let me check this out. Hello, Paul, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
If it was my side, it's your side.
I think it was on my side because I got a notification from Gemini telling me to check my network connection. I think some notification on my phone. Yeah, let's continue. Remember, I was talking about this. You can use hash AI to give you the type of hashing algorithm used. But there are people who actually go a step further of telling it where you have your word list, then it will give you the full command of using hashcut. I'll give you an example for that. Like for now, we were told we have actually been told it's in the SHA-512 crypt, right? So go back to my table. I'll be looking for the SHA-512 crypt. Where can it be? It's actually here. The SHA-512 crypt 6, right? So check this out. It's actually have the example has mostly the same format of what we have. I'll clear that and paste what we had here, and so that we can get something. See how this thing is starting. The format is actually mostly the same. You see the $sign. Let me magnify here. The $sign, the character 6, then the $sign. You see, and these formats are what helping AI tell us the type of algorithm used. But for now, we are just confirming. Since it has helped us out, if you notice this, then you use the mode. Remember, there's no bad thing in trying. So I go back to my terminal. So now I've noticed I'm supposed to be using mode 1800. I'll clear my terminal. So sudo nano, let me identify how I should name it first. So #8 now. Sudo nano #8.txt. Yeah, remember one thing you must notice, you must copy even the full stop. Notice that if you fail to copy the full stop, it won't work. Notice that it won't work. The hash must be complete from start to end, right? So I'll go back to this. That's why some people may actually think, why don't you delete that full stop? It's part of the hash value. So I'll save it. So cut #8. So something even a little bit like a space will actually harm you. So with this, you can now use hashcut 14. Was it 1400 or 1800? Let's see, 1800, right? 1800 0, then the #8.txt, then word list. Remember, just don't really rely on the word list. It always depends on how you have saved the word list. But yeah, we'll start the cracking. Let's wait. Yeah, and finally we got the cracked. You see, once you get this, deal good. So the password is worker. So I'll copy this. And perfect, we are now moving. I think we'll be covering this. Sorry for that sound, it's people on the road. Sorry for that. So we have done that. Now we head over to the last. So remember, we were given the salt. It's a really hard salt. Remember, this we didn't really use this because it was already on our hash. Check this out. When you copy this hash, I want to copy this hash. Yeah, when you copy this hash, it's actually here. It's somewhere within that hash value. You have the salt. If you change this salt, you won't be able to crack this part, the rest of the part. Remember, I told you hash is specifically unique in its own way. Let me change this thing. Remember now what to use. The salt was already in the hash. In this next step, you'll notice something. You have the salt and it's not in the hash. So you have to put it together. You have to join it. Now that was the trick between this question and this one. This one, you've been given the hash and you don't have the salt in the hash. If you actually have the salt is more of like, let me call it the password of the password. Do you remember there was that when you talked about cryptography, there's also something called the decrypt key. There are special types of cryptography methods. You must use a key, like the hex. Yeah, I think the hex, right? I think the hex. When you use the hex, I don't want to open up Cybercheck, but when you use the hex, you must use a key. So salt is more of like a key. It's more of like the password of the password, because the hash is a password in another format. But yeah, if I've actually confused you, just say the word. I make things clear. So in this part, I'll try to understand what type of hash is this. Remember, I don't know the type of hash which this is. So hash identifier. We copy that hash. We check this out. It's a SHA-1. You'll be like, yeah, nice. We have a SHA-1 in this one. I didn't think we worked on a SHA-1, but when we look at it, if we try to locate the SHA-1, where's this? There's this SHA-1. This is the normal mode. If you get a SHA-1, it doesn't have a key. But remember, now we have a special type of key. And remember what I talked about. This salt we are dealing with, this is the salt value. Remember, right? So the salt we are dealing with we must incorporate it with the hash we had. So notice something here. We have the mode 100, it will sort that just the normal SHA-1. Now we have the mode 110, it will now sort the pass and the salt. And this mode, it will now be sorting the salt and the pass. Remember, see the main difference. The pass is now what is preceding the salt. This one, the salt is preceding the pass. We'll try them all out, but I want us to look at it. Let's save what we have in a file. I'll close that up, open this other terminal, clear the terminal. So I want us to put a special the hash.txt. So for now we're going to use hash9, right? So sudo nano hash9.txt. So I'm going to post what you have as the hash. Remember, we were given the hash, but you can't just ignore the salt. You must add the salt. So here I'm going to colon. That's the more way of using it. You can even see from this, it's always a colon part. You can see in the example, the colon, then the salt at the end, right? So you check this, then you have something I didn't copy the Tryhackme well. Okay, now we have that the hash we had, then the Tryhackme as the salt. Control X, save it. You can confirm. Now it's perfect. Now we proceed to trying to crack it. I'll start with the sorry for that. I'll start with the 110. Because the salt is what is at the end. Remember, you can always try to work out on them. If one fails, you can check the other one. But my assumption now is I have the salt at the end. Remember, we're given the salt here. So my first trial will be having this. Since I saved the salt at the end, I'll try to use mode 110. Hope you're together till there. So I'll use mode 110. So hashcat 110 0 then hash9, right? hash9.txt, then word list. Leave it to run. Hope we get a cracked part, but one to us, we got an exhausted. So what do I do next? Since I'm still sure it's more of like the SHA-1, I'll now try the mode 120. We are always born to getting some errors. So I'll go back now, try to crack it using mode 120. Still exhausted, right? Still exhausted. So we try to check out. Still doesn't work. It didn't work. We check the other types. We got SHA-1 and then a pass. Let's see. Do you have such kind of thing? This, I'm trying to look for this special mode. Hmark SHA-1. Let's see. It got exhausted also. That I'll try crack station. Not Tryhackme. Crack station doesn't seem to work. Okay, my assumption it won't work, but what's the worst part of trying? Someone wants to talk? Okay, Sanova, yeah, I've heard you click that. So it didn't recognize it. So you go back to our table. We try to identify one that will work. Hmark SHA-1, it's a salt. Nice. Now I get it. Why we are not getting it? Let's just hope it worked. So SHA-1, check this out. Then the pass at the end. I'll try to use the 160 because we have the salt. I'll try to use the 160 now because I have this as the salt, Tryhackme as the salt, right? So let's try to use 160. Mode 160. If it fails, we try 150. Yeah, it actually cracked it. It actually cracked it. You can just check it out. So the main thing was you have to check the H mark SHA-1. What we got in our SHA-1 here. So since this one talks about a pass. Remember this one we just pasted this. Let's see if we paste the whole thing, it will actually work. I'm not sure what if it wanted the salt. I'll paste that first. Let me remove this. Then the colon. Not found. Yeah, doesn't found because this salt, it's not in the database. But yeah, that's how we got it. So I use the mode 160. 160 is the real thing because the key is the salt. Remember that the key is what you have as the salt. The salt is what was used to. Now it's like reverting it back to get the password. Remember, if you are cracking it, it was used to get the password. The hashing algorithm was what was used to convert the password poll to this hash. Remember that? So in some special algorithms, you need to use a special type of key to get it back to it. And I think I'm done. Now we are opening up the session for any Q&A. Any type of Q&A. We are done 1 hour 21 minutes. It's good. Any Q&A, anyone who has a question somewhere they might have not understood. Okay, now I'll try to end this with some good news. I don't know how many guys have known the platform called Hackvisor. Today I had a meeting with one of the guys there. I got the position of campus ambassador. So some good news to you guys. It's like it's supposed to be, you guys will be getting discounts. The platform has really good certificates and such kind of things. You guys will be getting discounts of around 30%. The cost is actually way cheaper at the moment because it's good. It's good. I have done the CAPT certificate, the Certified Associate Penetration Tester. I'll really advocate for you guys to do it, even if you're not into the penetration testing area. You'll get the concepts behind it. If you have any questions on that, just hit me up on my number. You'll get it on the group. So I think that's all. That was the only announcement I was to do. Site name Hackvisor. I'll be doing some walkthroughs. Let me present also that part. Okay, this is not a promotion, but yeah, I'm the ambassador, so no worries. Let's see. I'll have to log in. Sorry to my peers, no 2FA there by now, but I'll set it up. So this platform is so great, so good. I'll highly advocate you guys to go do this certificate. I've already done it and completed the course. For now, you may start off with the free labs, but you'll get into the VIP section. Hit me up if you need that discount. I'll first few guys will get, not, I don't think everyone will get that discount, but yeah, you can send me an inbox if you need that discount. I paid for around 1650 Kenya shillings, yeah, 1650 Kenya shillings. I had no discount, so for you guys, you'll get a good discount. You can do the math on your end. Others, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys sticking around. hope you guys learned a lot, but I really think we'll have a part 2 session, because this session we have not covered everything. Remember, we've not covered everything. There's also a lab called let me check that lab. Oh, we were supposed to paste this. I forgot about that. Just a minute. We cracked that, got that. Submit it. Really hope it works. You can see it's loading. Just a minute. It loads up. Let me refresh the page. And I know an error occurred. Let me refresh the page. You see, the good thing is we have the password. So today I've taught on Tryhackme. For those who have not known, you can create an account there. I'll highly advocate you guys. It was part of. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Can you guys hear me? It might be my.
Yes.
Yeah, nice. Just I think now it's there on their server. Just a little bit. I don't know why it's loading up this long. Let me close that. I think this will load up. Hey, I don't understand why, but yeah, that was the password. So there's another room in Tryhackme, crack the hash part 2. I think I'll organize another session. We do that. Then there's also some few concepts I want us to learn about. Getting real life scenarios, cracking zip files, the password for zip file, using John the Ripper, some zip2 John kind of thing tools. I want us to make sure to have pasted that. What is it? My network. Let me check it out. Okay, this thing is loading up too much, but yeah, I think we have our password. Just a minute. The loading up is too much, guys. I'm not really loving the way it's going, but yeah, good thing we've gotten the password. So the main thing I was trying to tell you, can go look out the other room. Also make sure you do this room again. If you have any problem, you can reach out to me. Make sure you copy that GitHub link that I had given out. Make sure you copy it out. Also, this that Sanova has pasted, make sure I'm also going to save it. Copy link address. I'm also going to save it so that I can check it out later. Make sure you do such. And I think we are done for the session. If anyone has a question, you can shoot your shot now, but I'll be happy to end the session there. If you have any questions, reach out to my WhatsApp number. It's in the WhatsApp group. For those who like emails, still it's okay. And I think you can leave at your own pleasure now. Thank you so much for joining.